Good afternoon. My name is Kate Cawthorn, and I'm a digital projects librarian at the University of Calgary in Calgary, Alberta. A little bit of background. At the University of Calgary, we have been hosting Canadian scholarly journals since 2007 using PKP's OJS software. We currently have 25 actively publishing journals across a variety of subject areas, including Arctic studies, mathematics, Indigenous social development, environmental philosophy, social work, and a few student journals as well. We also host the archives of 7 ceased journals. Starting in February of 2021, I created a monthly newsletter for our journal teams with information about upcoming changes to the OJS software, opportunities for webinars or conferences, and information about journal best practices. Creating this newsletter took several hours of staff time, and I wanted to see what kind of impact it was having, if any, for the journal teams. I decided to do this by creating a series of quick tips based on journal best practices that could be easily implemented on the journal site. Prior to sending out the newsletter, I did a tally of the current state, and then a month after sending the newsletter, I looked for any changes that would indicate implementation of that month's best practices. For example, only 8 of the journals initially had a journal ISSN posted somewhere on their site, and less than half of the journals had a clear statement about what, if any, fees would be charged to publish in that journal. I tracked 6 months worth of newsletter results to see if the inclusion of these journal quick tips made any kind of difference. And you can see on the slide here, the 6 quick tip topics that I included in the newsletters. Because I was using a newsletter software that tracked metrics, I was also able to look at the average engagement with the newsletter from February 2021 until April of 2022, based on opens for each month and if embedded links were clicked. As you can see, on average, 56% of the recipients opened the newsletter, and only about 8% actually clicked on a link over that time period. Not one single journal made any changes to their journal site based on my quick tip suggestions. So what this indicates to me is that the time it takes to create a monthly newsletter is not worth the lack of impact, at least in my case, and I will not be continuing with newsletters in the future. If you have any questions or you'd like to follow up, please feel free to send me an email. I'd be happy to talk more. Thank you very much.